Coming up on Citrus TV, Syracuse Stage begins its season tonight. Find out what shows are coming up and how you can get tickets.
Hurricane Maria continues its path of destruction through Puerto Rico. Many first responders can't even make it to the island. We have full coverage of the storm.
And Jimmy Kimmel speaks out against healthcare. Why is the late night host so opposed to the bill? All that and more right now.
This is Citrus TV News live at 6, your campus news leader.
Our top story tonight, pollution in Skaneateles Lake is out of control. Good evening, I'm Shama.
And I'm Colleen Callander. New reports today show that toxins in the lake have been found in local drinking water. We have Citrus TV reporter Mike Riccardi on the scene with more. Mike?
Elijah and Colleen, I'm here at Skaneateles Lake on the pier. Last week they found blue-green algae in the lake, and they did testing here at the pier and back there by the shore where the beach is. And the DEC found the toxic levels were 6 to 9 times higher than what they considered to be high. Now, the city of Syracuse does get their water from this lake. It's actually unfiltered. They get it from the middle of the lake. And just today, the town of Skaneateles did find toxic levels of the blue-green algae in their drinking water. Right now, it is safe to drink. They say it's below what is considered safe. So for right now, citizens should continue to just drink the water, and further testing will continue to be done.
Okay, so you just said that some toxins were found in the lake in Skaneateles. What does that mean for Syracuse going forward in terms of drinking water?
Okay, so right now, the city of Syracuse, they have not found any toxins in their drinking water. Mayor Stephanie Miner says they will continue to test it, and if they do find some toxins, they do have a contingency plan in place. They have 4 days of water stores ready to go, and they can get 10 million gallons a day from the Onondaga County Water Authority.
And is the city considering adding a filtration system for the lake?
So basically, looking forward, right, you have Auburn, which is about 10 to 15 miles west of here, and last year they had to install filters in their lake because they did get toxic levels, and their pipes are actually very similar to Syracuse, where they are unfiltered and they are from the middle of the lake, which was thought to be safe because the algae is near the shore and it is high up, but they say there's still a chance it can get down there, and they might have to install filters, considering that the Onondaga County Water Authority, their lake from Lake Ontario and Atisco Lake is also filtered.
A Syracuse child was diagnosed this morning with the West Nile virus. That's the first time Onondaga County has seen the virus in 3 years. The child is expected to make a full recovery, but the case has raised concerns about mosquitoes carrying the virus in the area. Evidence of the virus is being found in mosquito traps around the country. According to new statistics from the Census Bureau, 47% of Syracuse children are living in poverty. That's the 9th highest in the nation. The report breaks down median income and poverty rates all across America. The study also found that the city of Syracuse has the 13th highest rate of poverty in the country.
Industrial hemp is growing in New York. Governor Cuomo announced an open application for those in the business to help in the state's industrial hemp research program. They're trying to increase the state's hemp production and become a pioneer in the emerging industry. Producers and businesses have until November 22nd to join the pilot program. And Pulitzer Prize winner and Washington Post reporter David Fahrenthold gave the Toner Lecture in Newhouse last night. Fahrenthold reporting on President Donald Trump's unfulfilled charity donations earned him national coverage and the Newhouse Toner Prize for Excellence in Political Reporting. Professor Joel Kaplan moderated and asked Fahrenthold questions during the hour-and-a-half lecture.
Syracuse Stage has a new production opening tonight, and they're trying something new. The stage's production of The Three Musketeers opens at 7:30, and theatergoers can attend at whatever cost fits their budgets.
The professional theater company will sell 76 special pay-what-you-will tickets for every show this season. Stage officials say that they hope this move will make Syracuse Stage accessible to all.
The state and federal governments have agreed to pay $6.8 million to rebuild 2.5 miles of city roads in Syracuse. These include downtown streets and others around Destiny USA. This will be completed in 2 projects. 80% of the project will be covered by federal funds, and the State Transportation Improvement Program will cover the rest. All right, so I thought I left behind my South Florida weather, but it seems like it's been following me here.
I think it did follow you. It has been hot and sunny this week. Nicole, what are we seeing for the rest of the week?
Thanks, Colleen and Elijah. Well, you guys said it. It's been a hot one out there today. Currently 81 degrees outside and mostly sunny. We see the chance of rain is at 0, so any of the rain from the last 2 weeks is now completely gone. And when it comes to the UV index, it's at 6, so if you have some fairer skin and are planning on spending a lot of time outside, you might want to be wearing some sunscreen. Now, tonight, we'll still have some clear skies, and the temperature will be down to about 59, so a little bit cooler. And the sunset will be at 7:05, so once our program is over, you can go outside and take some time to watch the sunset. But now, these warm temperatures are going to stick around, but to what extent? I'll fill you in on the rest during my full weather forecast.
After the break, a longtime Trump aide is leaving the White House. What caused his decision to depart?
And an update on the damage in Mexico City, where the death count is rising. Stay tuned.
It's a beautiful day out here. Sunny
Did something
today
happen to the
with
package,
light
or am I
breezes, giving way to
deaf?
clouds in the afternoon. We could see some light precipitation to moderate precipitation later on, followed by powerful storm-like conditions. 90 miles per hour winds are expected. Authorities are asking everyone, stay indoors. Come on, that's it. Let's go.
They told me a bottle couldn't dream. That I would never become a superhero. But I learned how to fly. Just to come back in a new disguise. And be the hero that I've always wanted to be.
This is the story of a boy who didn't talk for a long time. The boy liked things to always be the same. Any changes would scare and upset him. The unknown was an unfriendly place. The boy was very sensitive to lights and sounds. So he built secret hiding places where they couldn't get in. The boy didn't like looking people in the eye. He wasn't trying to be mean, it just made him feel uncomfortable. Sometimes he would flap his arms again and again.
One day I found out I had something called autism. My family got me help. Slowly, I found my voice and learned all the ways I could live with it better.
Early intervention can make a lifetime of difference. Learn the signs at autismspeaks.org.
It's going to be difficult for skilled international workers to get jobs in the U.S. President Trump is calling for more scrutiny of visa application. Trump wants to see the change of the H-1B visa program that would benefit the highest paid workers. These reforms have not yet been enacted.
The changes to the program will slow down the amount of visas issued monthly. H-1B visas only allow workers with bachelor's degree or higher to work in the U.S. for 3 years at a time. Longtime Trump aide Keith Schiller has left his position in the White House.
This move comes after weeks of speculation that he might leave. Schiller said he was unhappy about his reduced access to the president and the pay cut he took when he joined the administration.
Schiller worked with Trump since 1999 and has worked as Trump's security director since 2004.
The Trump administration plans to make it easier for gun makers to export arms to foreign buyers. This includes assault rifles and ammunition.
Oversight of these sales will go from the State Department to the Commerce Department. This is all an effort to cut government red tape and regulations to boost exports and create jobs in the U.S.
Hurricane Maria ripped into Puerto Rico this morning, breaking 2 National Weather Service radars on the island.
Winds are so strong that first responders are unable to even get to the island nation. Gusts reach up to 155 miles per hour.
The U.S. territory has lost power across the island. So far, over 10,000 people have been moved to emergency shelters in Dominica, where the storm has already passed. 7 people have died.
The hurricane is projected to hit the Dominican Republic later tonight and onto the island of Turks and Caicos by Thursday. Rescuers are now in Mexico City searching for survivors after an earthquake hit the capital city.
So far, 225 people have died since the 7.1 earthquake turned tall buildings into dust and rubble. More than 2,000 public schools suffered damage.
Yesterday's earthquake came on the same day as the 32nd anniversary of a quake that killed an estimated 9,500 people.
Thousands of protesters have taken to the streets of Barcelona to protest the Spanish government.
Catalonia, which includes Barcelona, is in the process of holding another referendum to attempt to break from Spain.
Spanish officials raided 20 ministries and arrested 14 Catalan officials, including the Catalan vice president. The Catalan president has accused the Spanish government of suspending the region's autonomy.
The U.S. will provide $32 million in aid to Rohingya support effort.
The money will go towards securing food, water, and shelter for Rohingya refugees in Bangladesh. The refugees are fleeing military brutality in the Rakhine state.
The contribution follows America's longtime interest in establishing democracy in Myanmar.
Foreign leaders will be meeting at the UN today to discuss a potential restructuring of the Iran nuclear deal.
UN Ambassador Nikki Haley and Secretary of State Rex Tillerson will meet with leaders from 6 other countries to try to renegotiate the deal.
Many leaders have said they won't support renegotiation, including French President Emmanuel Macron.
Amid tensions over North Korea, dozens of countries have signed a treaty today to ban nuclear weapons. 2/3 of UN member states adopted the treaty after months of negotiations.
The U.S., Britain, and France are among the nations that skipped the gathering, instead pledging to honor the decades-old non-proliferation agreement.
From the Citrus TV Weather Center, this is SU's most accurate weather forecast.
Well, as I mentioned, it was a warm day here in Syracuse. So now let's take a look at the rest of upstate New York. Rome is currently at 81, Cortland is at 79, and rounding out our cooler end of the temperature is over in Rochester, maybe getting some wind off of the lake, helping it stay a little bit cooler. Now, if we take a look at the humidity that we're going to be seeing throughout the rest of the week, humidity relates to how water vapor sits in the atmosphere and adds extra heat to the already hot temperatures. So if we look currently right now, it's only at about 56 outside, so the 81 degrees feels just almost at about 83. But tomorrow, the humidity will be all the way up to 72 degrees. So that 81 degree temperature, that's the high for tomorrow, may feel closer to an 85. And throughout the rest of the week, we will see the humidity just continue to build until next Wednesday. It should be at about a 75% humidity. So that's almost a slightly dangerous level of humidity on top of what should be in the mid to high 80s of temperature. So just make sure that you're staying hydrated if you're spending a lot of time outside, and just take some time to cool off indoors as well. Now, as we plan for tomorrow, when you wake up in the morning, the temperature should be at about 65 and warm up through the rest of the day to about 75 at noon, and continue warming up until 6 o'clock with a temperature of 77 degrees. Now it should be partly cloudy in the morning, but the skies will clear up and the sun will be shining bright by noon. And you see that wind only at about 5 miles per hour, so definitely going to be not have that wind to help you cool down. And as we take a look at the rest of our 5-day forecast, almost looks more like a week in July than a week here in the middle of September. We've got a high of 81, low of 55, and throughout the rest of the weekend into the beginning of next week, we will see temperatures in the low to mid 80s and plenty of sun.
Thanks, Nicole. When are we finally going to get some cooler weather? When is it going to cool down?
Honestly, you wouldn't expect it to cool down until at least sometime mid next week, if not even into next weekend. So plenty of hot temperature to stick around.
Wow, thanks, Nicole. Coming up, Jimmy Kimmel took on the Senate's new healthcare bill on his show last night.
And how will the holidays affect businesses around the country? Don't go anywhere.
Your daughter just had her first breakup. Do you A, put yourself in her shoes? B, console her?
Don't worry, sweetie. This is gonna happen a lot.
Or C, find her a new boyfriend?
Nice, single boys. That was weird.
As a parent, there are no perfect answers. But you don't have to be perfect to be a perfect parent. Thousands of teens in foster care will love you just the same.
Fancy pants peanut butter? A big screen television? You haven't even bought a sofa yet. A motorcycle? When your father finds out, he's gonna flip his shoes with 2 buckles? What do you even need 2 buckles for? Mr. Big Shot, buying whiskey shots for everybody in the bar. From the looks of it, I'd say nobody even remembers.
What year are you?
Feed the pig.
So you're just so old. They said I have troll teeth.
That my voice sounded like a possessed baby doll.
That no one would ever love someone as stupid as me.
That I was fat, ugly.
Disgusting.
The effect of bullying is potent. We will no longer be the silent majority.
Now, when you see online bullying, there's something you can do about it.
We're gonna take action with the I.
I am a witness. I am a witness. I am a witness.
I am a witness.
I am a witness, and so are you.
If you see news happening on campus, in Syracuse, or across the nation, call the Citrus TV newsroom, 315-443-1177, or tweet at Citrus TV News, your campus news leader.
As more information comes out in the Equifax breach, another state is going after them. The Massachusetts Attorney General is filing a lawsuit against the agency. She says Equifax must be held responsible for the breach and shouldn't be able to charge customers for damage control. Equifax also revealed today that the hack may have affected 100,000 Canadians as well. Late-night host Jimmy Kimmel is tackling healthcare again. Kimmel criticized Senator Bill Cassidy's proposed healthcare bill during his appearance on the show back in May. Senator Cassidy said he wanted a bill covering all children, regardless of pre-existing conditions and their family's ability to pay. He called this the Jimmy Kimmel test. Kimmel is now accusing Cassidy of going back on his word.
UPS announced plans to hire 95,000 workers for the holiday season. The company is looking for people to help with the large volume of packages coming through from November to January. This marks the 4th straight year that UPS will hire extra workers for the holiday season. The forecast for this holiday season involves a lot of shopping. Retail sales are expected to be up by nearly 5% starting in November. This is a 2% increase since last year. A study found that a higher consumer confidence, a stronger labor market, and bigger paychecks in America are all contributing to this increase.
And a new study reveals 1 in 4 girls show signs of depression by the age of 14. A study polled more than 10,000 young people, raising new questions about the effects of social media, body image, and stress on teens' mental well-being. Being from a low-income family or a mixed ethnic background also increases the risk for depression. Some big Hollywood names are teaming up, and it's not for a movie. Actors including Rob Reiner and Morgan Freeman are launching a committee to investigate Russia. The nonprofit group will aim to spread information about Russia's role in the 2016 presidential election. In a video released by the organization, Morgan Freeman says the president needs to speak to the U.S. and tell the truth.
A Syracuse University professor is running for Congress. Citrus TV reporter David Edelstein spoke to her today about the impact of the university has on her campaign.
A Syracuse University professor is running for Congress.
I think it's great for the university. I think it's good for the school because we get to have representation.
When a professor goes to a Congress, of course he's very educated and he has met with lots of students and people around him, so he knows the walks of life, what normal people needs.
Dana Balter is running for the Democratic nomination to take on Republican Congressman John Katko in the 2018 midterm elections. As both a student and a teacher at Syracuse University, she says both experiences have prepared her for her campaign.
I learn an incredible amount from my students who have very different perspectives on the issues than I do. And I learn a tremendous amount from my colleagues who have expertise in areas that I don't.
Balter says she is running on 5 points: healthcare for everyone, supporting public education, protecting the environment, reforming the criminal justice system, and stimulating the economy by using resources the Syracuse area already has.
Even though it is a professor running for office, Balter and students told me there's no concern for bias in the classroom.
What I'm encouraging in the classroom is really healthy, vigorous debate. What I tell my students from day one is that I expect that they're going to come to the classroom ready to argue and debate with each other and ready to argue and debate with me.
It doesn't matter if she's professional, she'll handle it well. I don't think that there will be any biases played on her part, and that's all that really matters.
I think people feel comfortable expressing their own opinions and ideas and beliefs.
The main idea of democracy is everyone's opinion should be mattered, right? So I don't think that matters.
Balter added that she received advice from Syracuse University professor Eric Kingson, who received the support of former presidential candidate Bernie Sanders while running for Congress on the Democratic ticket in 2016. David Edelstein, Citrus TV News.
Well, on the other side of the break, Syracuse football heads to Baton Rouge for a battle in the Bayou. But It's one LSU Tiger who may not suit up. That could impact the outcome of the game. We'll talk football, plus men's soccer highlights right after this. Stay with us.
Adventure can be found anywhere, but the best place to start is in the forest.
I spy something beginning with S.
Snow?
No.
Snow-covered trees.
Nothing to do with snow.
Head outside to discover incredible animals and beautiful plants that come together to create an unforgettable adventure.
Wow.
So grab your loved ones.
Don't even.
And explore a world of possibilities.
Come on, this way.
Visit discovertheforest.org to find the closest forest or park to you.
When I was in foster care, I never knew when I would have to move. So I always had my suitcase ready to go. Then one day, I was adopted. My new parents opened their hearts and home to me. My parents cook my favorite breakfast for me every morning. My parents take me on trips I never thought I would go on. They gave me a home and an even better reason to use that suitcase. My parents aren't perfect, but they're perfect for me.
Visit aarp.org/caregiving for information on how to provide even better care for the person who wants to care of you.
Every time I hear the alarm bell go off in school, I think it's an air raid.
A lot of houses in our neighborhood have been destroyed. I like to close my ears and sing songs whenever the bombs come close.
I'm worried our new neighbors won't like us.
But I know it's all gonna be worth it. I just want my family to be safe. But these are not my words.
These are not my words.
These are not my words.
And now, your Citrus TV Sports Report.
Hi, I'm Chris Benson. Syracuse football is familiar with undisclosed injuries, to say the least. SU starting quarterback Eric Dungy, for instance, has missed multiple games with undisclosed injuries. Today, however, the undisclosed injury moniker has been placed on one of SU's opponents. LSU football head coach Ed Orgeron reported that his star running back, Darius Geis, is very questionable for Saturday's game against Cuse due to an undisclosed injury. Even so, Syracuse head football coach Dino Babers won't count the Tigers' offense as handicapped by Geis's potential absence.
Well, we probably would have to still try to do the exact same thing. If he's not going to play, then they probably got some freshman behind him, some other 5-star, 4-star that we haven't seen on tape, and it'll probably make our job even more difficult because we wouldn't know what he's capable of doing. But guys like that guy's a competitor. He's a tough guy. I'm sure he's going to be there Saturday night.
LSU does, in fact, have significant depth at running back. If Geis can't go, former 4-star prospect Darrell Williams will be tasked to replace Geis's 7-yard per carry career average. Well, we'll see how it all shakes down Saturday at 7 o'clock. For all of your post-game breakdown, analysis, and highlights, stay with Citrus TV and Orange Press Pass for your instant inside look at everything Syracuse sports. Well, elsewhere in men's soccer, the Orange were thrilled with an overtime victory. They were locked in an overtime game last night against Cornell. Let's visit SU Soccer Stadium for some highlights of last night's action, and we'll see. The Orange were attempting to rebound from a loss against Louisville last week, and the Cuse, they pounded it on early. Jonathan Hagman's goal ricochets off the post. SU's leading scorer could not convert, but that wasn't the Orange's only missed opportunity as Hugo Delamel's free kick sailed wide in the 88th minute, and at the end of the night, that would cost them. Ryan Hill's shot and goal in the last minute in overtime set up Cornell's victory 1-0. That's your final, as Syracuse ends up on the wrong side of history, and as this defeat for Syracuse marks the first time that the Orange has lost back-to-back games since October 2011. Well, most walk-on basketball players are already on a short leash when it comes to making mistakes. But with some actions, no leash is afforded. Last night, Syracuse walk-on Dominic Parker was arrested by police and charged with first-degree sexual abuse. Police say the alleged incident happened at a Stadium Place apartment with an unidentified 18-year-old female who is incapable of giving consent. The Syracuse basketball team acted quickly. Parker, as of this morning, is no longer with the team. Well, to the mound we go, where the Yanks and the Mets finished up a couple of games earlier this afternoon. New York, the Bronx Bombers came out on top 11-3 as Aaron Judge locked up his 45th home run, leading the AL and they won against the Twins. The Mets, however, were on a less fortunate side of this one. The Marlins came out victorious 9-2. As it has been all season. The Mets just haven't been able to catch a break, Elijah. It's been a real tough one.
I can't say I'm too sorry for them as a Miami fan, but can Syracuse pull off this victory without that running back on LSU's side?
Well, yeah, going back to Geis, he is one of the best backs in all of the SEC, if not the country. But LSU's going to be just fine in this one. They still are talented. They're still loaded with 4- and 5-star prospects a lot. It's going to be a lot for SU to stop them, but LSU is definitely a very good team.
All right.
And what can Syracuse soccer do to get back on track?
Well, in my opinion, these last 2 losses have really been kind of fluky. Ian McIntyre is a very good coach for Syracuse, and I fully expect them to jump back onto it. They just really have missed some interesting opportunities. They can just capitalize. They're trying to replace a lot of scoring from last season, so we'll really see where it goes from here.
All right, well, let's hope they capitalize.
Thank you so much.
Speaking of capitalization, we'll be right back with some new dictionary words.
It's not that hard.
My big man fingers are having a problem with these little tiny buttons.
Whoa, watch it there. Your blood pressure's gonna go through the roof.
Tell me about it. I'm trying to learn how to get it down. Instead, it keeps going up.
High blood pressure can increase the risk for heart attack or stroke. Learn how to keep yours at a healthy range.
Ever hear a voice command? Just say text barbershop to 97779.
That's not what I said.
Just give me that. Now my blood pressure's up.
Got a quarter?
Hey, Hard, what's this?
That's my resignation letter.
You're resigning.
Why? Because you're constantly ignoring me. You're half as active as you used to be, and you eat stuff like this.
You've been putting me under a lot of pressure lately. That's why I'm ready to quit.
I forgot. I'll do better. Please, don't quit on me. Okay, but remember, it's not what you say. It's what you do.
Listen to your heart. Don't let it quit on you.
Let's go for a walk.
Uncontrolled high blood pressure could lead to a stroke, heart attack, or death. Get yours to a healthy range before it's too late.
So Nicole, I'm a big fan of outfit planning. What should I wear tomorrow?
Well, it's almost going to feel like a summer day, so definitely I would say you can wear some shorts and a t-shirt or even like a nice tank top.
All right, well, thank you, Nicole.
Yeah, thanks.
And finally, the dictionary is about to get a bit thicker. Merriam-Webster is adding 250 words to its dictionary.
A few are serious terms like alt-right, but there are some fun ones. Froyo is now an official word, and pregame, meaning drinking before an event, will be added as well.
If you could pick one fake word to... So, that's all we have for today. Thank you so much. I'm Elijah Shama.
And I'm Colleen Callander. Have a great night, Syracuse.